A 40-foot shipping container in the American South. Outside temperature, 97 degrees Fahrenheit. July afternoon. Peak humidity. Inside, 74 degrees. No air conditioning. No mechanical cooling system of any kind. Not because the container is extraordinarily insulated, but because of a gap. A deliberate, engineered gap between two containers that the Southern vernacular tradition figured out 200 years ago, and that modern engineering has spent the last decade confirming was exactly right. This is the dogtrot shotgun container home, and it does not need AC. Welcome to Beyond Real Homes, where we cover the residential ideas worth taking seriously. Today, the dogtrot shotgun container home, the 200-year-old cooling physics behind it, why the container is the perfect modern module for this layout, what it looks like inside and out, what it costs, and the honest limitations. Subscribe right now. Let us get into it. The dogtrot house is one of the oldest and most climatically intelligent residential forms in American vernacular architecture. It originated in the Appalachian backcountry in the late 18th century and spread throughout the American South and lower Midwest during the 19th century. Precisely because it solved the most urgent residential challenge in that climate before mechanical cooling existed. The form is simple to describe. Two separate enclosed rooms or room groups, typically one for sleeping and one for cooking and living, placed side by side with a covered open breezeway between them. A single shared roof spans both rooms and the breezeway. The breezeway is open on both ends. The name comes from the observation that the family dogs would rest in the cool breezeway during the hottest part of the day, the trot being the path between the two sections of the house. The physics behind why the dogtrot works begins with a single atmospheric principle. Hot air rises and moves toward low pressure. The open breezeway between the two enclosed volumes creates a venturi effect. The airflow from the prevailing wind direction is accelerated as it passes through the narrowed channel of the breezeway, producing a zone of lower pressure and higher velocity air in the gap between the two structures. This accelerated airflow in the breezeway draws warm air out of both adjacent rooms through their openings facing the breezeway. The rooms are continuously ventilated by the breezeway's pressure differential, without any mechanical assistance. In the American South's prevailing summer conditions, consistent southerly breezes, high humidity, and intense solar gain, the dogtrot's passive cooling effect reduces interior temperatures by 8 to 15 degrees Fahrenheit compared to a sealed, unventilated structure of the same construction. That is the margin between comfort and misery before air conditioning existed. The dogtrot house's original construction used whatever timber was available locally: log construction in the Appalachian version, timber frame in the lowland South. The form is the principal. The material is secondary. The 40-foot ISO shipping container is the most perfectly dimensioned prefabricated module available for a contemporary dogtrot layout, for three specific reasons. First, the length. A 40-foot container is exactly the right length for a complete shotgun-style room sequence. Entry, living, kitchen in one linear plan, or a sleeping suite with bathroom and bedroom in the other. The 40-foot dimension provides the minimum depth required for a complete residential program without wasted circulation space. Second, the width at 8 feet of interior width, the container is narrow enough to allow complete cross-ventilation from a single window on each long wall. The distance across is small enough that natural airflow through opposing openings ventilates the entire room width without dead zones. A wider room would require multiple ventilation openings to achieve the same cross-ventilation efficiency. Third, the structural independence. Each container is a self-supporting structural cage. The dogtrot gap between two containers does not require any additional structural framing to maintain. Each container stands on its own. The roof spanning the gap between them sits on the container structures at each side, without requiring intermediate columns in the breezeway. The structural logic of the container and the spatial logic of the dogtrot are perfectly aligned. Two 40-foot containers, placed parallel with a 10 to 14-foot gap between them, covered by a single shared roof, reproduce the dogtrot layout in a form that arrives on two flatbed trucks and is erected in a day. The exterior of a dogtrot shotgun container home reads differently from any other container conversion, because the breezeway gap between the two containers is the primary architectural feature, not an incidental space. Each container is positioned parallel to the other, oriented on the east-west axis so that both long walls face north and south. This orientation is critical. It keeps the long wall of each container in shade for most of the day and maximizes the breezeway's ability to capture the prevailing southerly summer breeze. Exterior cladding on the two outer faces, the north-facing walls of both containers, can be dark-stained timber, fiber cement, or painted corrugated steel. The south-facing walls, facing the breezeway, are where the primary glazing lives, opening each container onto the shared covered outdoor space. A single gable, or single slope roof, spanning both containers, and the breezeway between them, is the defining exterior element of the dogtrot form. In a contemporary container dogtrot, this roof is typically a standing seam metal structure, supported on the container roofs at each side, and on a simple ridge beam, or portal frame, at the center of the span. The roof overhang extends generously beyond the outer walls of both containers on the north side, 4 to 6 feet, shading the outer wall from direct solar gain and protecting the container skin from weathering. The breezeway itself is a covered outdoor room, 10 to 14 feet wide, the full 40-foot length of the containers, open at both ends. Timber decking on the breezeway floor, continued into each container as the interior floor material for visual continuity. A ceiling fan suspended from the shared roof above the breezeway adds mechanical assistance on the days when the natural venturi effect is insufficient, but at a fraction of the energy cost of air conditioning. Cost for the shared roof structure and breezeway, $22,000 to $45,000, depending on span and specification. The interior of each container in a dogtrot configuration follows the shotgun logic, a single linear sequence of functional spaces from one end to the other, with the primary openings facing the breezeway rather than the outer wall. Entry from the breezeway at one end, living area immediately inside, kitchen at the far end, with a window or glazed door at the kitchen end wall for through ventilation. The cooking end of the house positioned at the end furthest from the prevailing wind, so that cooking heat and odors are drawn out through the kitchen end rather than through the living space. In the original dogtrot, the cooking room was always positioned on the downwind side of the breezeway, the same principle. The kitchen generates the most heat of any room in the house. Positioning it at the leeward end of the ventilation path removes that heat from the living environment rather than drawing it through. Container 2, sleeping and bathroom entry from the breezeway. Sleeping zone at the far end, quiet and private. Bathroom positioned between the entry and the sleeping zone, accessible from the breezeway for outdoor use and from the bedroom for private use simultaneously. The breezeway-facing walls of both containers carry the primary glazing, large sliding panels or full-height operable windows that open both containers completely to the breezeway airflow when maximum ventilation is desired. The outer north-facing walls carry smaller, fewer openings, sufficient for light and for secondary ventilation, but not the primary airflow path. Polished concrete floors in both containers, poured as a new slab inside the container floor, or as a skim over the existing container floor deck, provide thermal mass that absorbs the daytime heat that the passive cooling system has limited but not eliminated, and releases it slowly through the cooler night. The floor is the coolest surface in the interior. During peak afternoon heat, and the warmest surface in the early morning. This thermal cycle is the complement to the breezeway's ventilation effect. Full cost breakdown for a 2-container dogtrot shotgun. 2 40-foot containers with a 12-foot breezeway gap, shared roof, and complete residential conversion. Containers 2 used 40-foot containers, purchased and delivered. $8,000 to $15,000. Foundation and site work. Concrete piers at the 8 corner points of the 2 containers. $7,000 to $14,000. Site preparation and utility connections. $8,000 to $18,000. Shared roof and breezeway roof structure spanning both containers and the 12-foot gap, standing seam metal, with 4 to 6 foot overhangs. $22,000. Breezeway decking, ceiling fan and lighting. $4,500 to $9,000. Container conversion. Both units' window and door openings cut and framed. $8,000 to $16,000. Spray foam insulation. Both containers. $9,000 to $17,000. Interior lining, timber or plasterboard. $6,000 to $12,000. Polished concrete floors. $4,500 to $8,500. Kitchen, $6,000 to $13,000. Bathroom, $5,500 to $10,000. Exterior cladding, painted or timber, $3,500 to $9,000. Glazing, breezeway facing panels, $8,000 to $18,000. Mechanical and electrical, $12,000 to $20,000. Permits and fees, $4,000. Total project cost, $107,000 to $213,500. Total floor area, approximately 640 square feet of enclosed living space across the 2 containers, plus 480 square feet of covered breezeway. Comparison. A conventionally framed house of 640 square feet in a warm climate with central air conditioning installed, $110,000 to $185,000, plus $1,800 to $2,400 per year in energy costs for the AC system. The dogtrot container home at comparable total cost, 0 annual AC energy cost. The 200-year-old cooling strategy pays its annual dividend every summer for the life of the building. 4 limitations. Know them before you build. 1. The dogtrot works best in climates, with consistent prevailing breezes. The venturi effect that drives the dogtrot's cooling depends on airflow through the breezeway. In locations with calm, stagnant summer air, certain inland basins, heavily forested sites with no wind exposure, urban environments surrounded by taller buildings, the breezeway has insufficient airflow to drive meaningful passive cooling. Site the dogtrot where the prevailing summer breeze has an unobstructed path through the breezeway. Orient the breezeway axis along the prevailing wind direction. Without this, the passive cooling principle works partially rather than fully. 2. The breezeway is not a living room. In extreme humidity. In the most humid conditions, the Gulf Coast in August, coastal Florida in summer, the breezeway's outdoor air is itself so humid that simply moving it through the space provides limited comfort improvement. The dogtrot was designed for the Appalachian and inland South, where the breeze, while warm, carries lower absolute humidity than the coastal Gulf. In extremely high humidity coastal environments, supplemental dehumidification is typically required, even with perfect passive ventilation. 3. Insects and wildlife. In an open breezeway. An open-ended covered breezeway in a rural or semi-rural setting in the American South is a space that insects, birds, and occasionally reptiles will also use. Screening the open ends of the breezeway with insect mesh maintains the airflow while excluding most unwanted occupants, but the mesh reduces the ventilation efficiency slightly and requires periodic cleaning and replacement. 4. Container insulation is non-negotiable. In a hot climate, An uninsulated container in a hot, sunny climate is an oven. The steel skin conducts heat directly from the sun-heated exterior to the interior. The dogtrot's passive cooling works on the interior air, but it cannot overcome a steel shell that is itself a heat source. Closed-cell spray foam on the interior steel face is the non-negotiable insulation specification, exactly as in any other climate application. Without it, no amount of passive ventilation makes a container in a hot climate habitable. The dogtrot house was invented by people who had no mechanical cooling and no choice but to understand the climate they were building in. They understood that the gap was more powerful than the wall, that moving air was more valuable than insulated stillness, that the building's orientation relative to the prevailing breeze was a design decision with thermal consequences that lasted the lifetime of the structure. The 40-foot container, spaced 12 feet from its identical twin, under a shared metal roof, is the contemporary expression of exactly that understanding. Not because it looks like a dogtrot house, because it works like one. So here is what we want to know. Does the idea of no air conditioning ever feel like freedom or a risk too far for your climate? Drop your honest answer in the comments. We read every single one. Subscribe to Beyond Real Homes if you are not already here. We go this deep every single week. Thank you for spending this time with us here at Beyond Real Homes.